That is all it took. Christopher Nolan's adaptation of the Odyssey has ignited an unexpected debate reaching far beyond cinema. Some viewers believe the film attributes one of history's greatest moral teachings not to Jesus, but to Zeus. Others insist the controversy misunderstands both Greek mythology and the Bible. So what actually happened? Did Nolan replace Jesus' teaching with an ancient pagan philosophy? Or are millions of people comparing two very different ideas? Today, we'll investigate the evidence for ourselves. Consider giving this video a thumbs up. It's a huge encouragement and helps the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're new and share. To understand this controversy, we must first understand the world that Homer was writing about. Long before Christianity, ancient Greek society honored a sacred tradition known as xenia, often translated as hospitality or guest friendship. Welcoming strangers was far more than good manners. It was considered a sacred duty protected by Zeus himself, who was worshipped under the title Zeus Xenios, the guardian of guests, travelers, and those seeking refuge. Within Greek culture, both hosts and guests carried serious responsibilities. A host was expected to provide protection, food, and shelter. A guest, in return, was expected to show gratitude and respect. Violating this sacred relationship was believed to dishonor Zeus himself. Hospitality is one of the central moral themes woven throughout the Odyssey. But this immediately raises a much larger question. Is this truly the same principle that Jesus later taught, or do the similarities conceal profound differences? Many centuries after the world portrayed in the Odyssey, Jesus proclaimed words that have echoed across the world for nearly 2,000 years. So, in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. These words, preserved in the Gospel of Matthew and echoed in Luke, have become known as the Golden Rule. Yet Jesus' teaching immediately reaches beyond hospitality. He calls his followers not merely to welcome strangers, but to love neighbors, forgive offenders, bless those who curse them, and even pray for those who persecute them. Even this command did not begin with Jesus. More than 1,000 years earlier, the book of Leviticus instructed Israel, "Love your neighbor as yourself." Jesus affirmed this command and declared it one of the two greatest commandments alongside loving God with all one's heart. The Golden Rule did not appear out of nowhere. It grew from the moral foundation already present within the Hebrew Scriptures, while Jesus expanded its meaning in ways that would forever reshape humanity's understanding of love. Now we arrive at the heart of the controversy. Did Christopher Nolan really replace Jesus' teaching with Zeus's law? Or did he portray an authentic ancient Greek tradition that modern audiences naturally compared with Christianity? In the next chapter of our investigation, we'll examine what Homer actually wrote, what historians say about Zeus Xenios, and whether these two moral visions are merely similar or fundamentally different. Now we arrive at the central question. Did Homer actually teach the Golden Rule? The answer is more nuanced than many headlines suggest. Ancient Greek society placed enormous importance on hospitality. A stranger was to be welcomed, protected, and treated with honor, because Zeus was believed to watch over both guests and hosts. Historians, however, generally distinguish this sacred duty of hospitality from Jesus' universal command to treat all people as we ourselves wish to be treated. While the two ideas share meaningful similarities, they are not identical teachings. The difference becomes clearer when we examine their scope. Greek hospitality focused primarily on the sacred relationship between host and guest. Jesus carried that moral vision much further. He called his followers to love their neighbors, bless those who curse them, forgive without limit, pray for those who persecute them, and even love their enemies. His teaching was not simply about hospitality. It became a way of life, reflecting the very character and mercy of God. Throughout history, many civilizations have arrived at similar moral principles, such as justice, generosity, compassion, and hospitality. That should not surprise us. Human societies have long recognized that these virtues help communities flourish. The Christian claim has never been that no one before Jesus ever taught moral behavior. Rather, Christians believe Jesus uniquely fulfilled, deepened, and embodied God's moral law, calling humanity beyond reciprocity into sacrificial love that reflects the heart of God Himself. So, did Christopher Nolan give Jesus' teaching to Zeus? The historical evidence suggests a more careful conclusion. The film appears to portray an ancient Greek tradition associated with Zeus Xenios and the sacred duty of hospitality. It is understandable that many viewers noticed similarities to Jesus' golden rule. But recognizing those similarities is not the same as concluding that Jesus simply repeated Greek philosophy, or that Zeus first taught Christianity's central moral vision. Perhaps the greater lesson is not deciding who expressed a similar moral idea first, but understanding what made Jesus' teaching unlike anything the world had seen before. He did not merely encourage kindness between hosts and guests. He called his followers to embody a kingdom where mercy triumphs over revenge, forgiveness over resentment, humility over power, and love extends even to one's enemies. Then he lived those words himself, ultimately giving his own life for the very people who rejected him. That is the distinctive beauty of Christ's message. Our investigation began with a simple question. Did Christopher Nolan give Jesus' teaching to Zeus? Along the way, we discovered that ancient Greece already possessed a respected tradition of hospitality under Zeus Xenios. We also saw that the Hebrew Scriptures had long commanded God's people to love their neighbors. But Jesus did something extraordinary. He gathered those threads and carried them further than anyone before him, calling his followers to love not only neighbors and strangers, but even their enemies. Whether or not one agrees with every artistic choice in the Odyssey, history reminds us that Jesus' vision of love reaches beyond hospitality, beyond reciprocity, and beyond obligation. It invites humanity to reflect the very mercy of God. If you enjoyed this biblical investigation, subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who loves thoughtful conversations about faith, history, and culture. Then tell us in the comments, do you think the Odyssey fairly represents ancient Greek thought? Or do you think it unintentionally blurred the line between Greek philosophy and the teachings of Jesus? Your next question may become our next investigation.